It's boy, Wattles. Another year, another list week. Another year, another farm. Welcome back to List Week, elites. How you doing today? Farm is love. Farm is life. Yes, that's right. All the way. In today's video, I'm going to talk about 5 farms that I think belong in every single world. Yes, even your world, donkey. Even your world. I first made this video, I think, like 2 years ago, and then I made another one last year. This year, we're doing it again, but don't worry. The farms are different. The farms are better. The video is better. In fact, please, I beg you, please, don't go to that old video from 2018. Just don't even talk about it. Thank you very much. Instead, go to the like button, the subscribe button too, if you haven't yet. And now, let's start counting down some farms. In today's video, we're talking all about farms. We won't necessarily be doing tutorials. Instead, I'll put some cards on screen now, and I'll even, maybe, if I can remember, leave my tutorial playlist on the end slide. Farm number 1 is an absolute beast. This is an automatic block machine. Every single world needs at least one of these, but when I say at least, I mean at least. You should definitely have more. Usually, I aim for 16 of these things. Of course, this thing, it's an automatic wool farm. The Minecraft 1.14 update updated dispensers big time. In that update, dispensers gained the ability to shear sheep, which was seriously amazing. One of my favorite changes of all time. No joke, I love this thing. If you could build a farm, an easy farm and a compact farm that would collect blocks for you that you could actually build with automatically, I mean seriously, why wouldn't you? An automatic wool farm is so amazing. Like I just said, this thing, when built and loaded in, will collect blocks, actual blocks that you can build with. I mean, off the top of my head, I can't think of another farm that can do just that, and as efficiently. And we haven't even mentioned the materials. To build an automatic sheep farm, you need like nothing, essentially nothing. A dispenser, an observer, a redstone dust, a block to put that dust on, a hopper minecart, a rail, a hopper, a chest, a grass block, 7 building blocks, shears, and a sheep. That is so easy, mind-blowingly easy. But of course, why stop at 1? If you're going the automatic sheep farm route, I highly recommend just setting one of these up for every single sheep color. That's going to bring your total up to 16 wool farms. If you want to get really fancy with things, you could go ahead and use 1 hopper minecart, set up a rail line below the mill to pick everything up and drop everything off into chests. You could even link it up to an auto sorter, which would be really big brain and save you some time. Farm number 1, automatic sheep farm. It's way too easy to build, and what it gets you, building blocks, for free, basically? Yeah, you can't beat that. Experience. Experience is basically king in Minecraft. If you want to enchant, you're gonna need experience. If you want to name things, name tags and experience. If you want to combine tools, fix things up, again, experience. Like I said, experience is queen. Now, of course, there are many different ways to get experience in Minecraft, but in my opinion, one of the best ways and simplest ways is a simple skeleton spawner XP farm. A skeleton spawner XP farm is one of my must-have farms in every single world. Now, I can see people saying, hey, Wattles, what are you talking about? A skeleton spawner? No, garbage, get it out of here. Get a massive gold farm, get an enderman farm, get a blaze farm. Yes, all of those are absolutely amazing, but I'm going for simplicity here. When it comes to setting up a massive gold farm, it takes a lot of supplies and time. Enderman farm, it's a grind. Even a blaze farm, it's a little bit more work. If we're going for a farm that is quick and easy to set up and very reliable, a skeleton spawner XP farm is the way to go. Huge bonus points if the skeleton spawner XP farm is near your base. Now, of course, the skeleton spawner XP farm won't only get you experience, it's also going to get you bones, which can be turned into bone meal, which can be turned into bone blocks or used to grow things. Very useful. Aside from bones, you'll also get a little bit of armor, which can be disenchanted for even more experience, bows, and some of those bows will be enchanted, so again, disenchant for more experience, and arrows. But I mean, seriously, you don't use a mending bow, you use an infinity bow, always. In terms of materials, still so simple. You're gonna need water sources, easy. Signs, easy, a little expensive, but easy. A soul sand block, only 1, which isn't that bad. A couple pieces of ice, also not too bad, and then building blocks. Now, the building blocks you'll get while digging this thing out, and the soul sand, and I guess technically the signs as well, maybe even the ice, they're all technically not necessary. You could really set up a water funnel, send your skeletons into one singular spot, and take them out like that, without having to raise them up, drop them down, get them down to a one-hit takeout. Now let's talk spawner farms for a second. In terms of the overworld, you have really 3 main options. You have a zombie farm, a skeleton farm, or a cave spider / spider farm. All of them are great. They're all really simple to set up. But to me, for me, a skeleton farm beats them all out. Sure, with a zombie XP farm, you could get rotten flesh and then sell the rotten flesh to a villager. That's a really good idea. With a spider farm, you get lots and lots of string, and you can use that string to craft bows and then make a bunch of dispensers. Also very useful. But a skeleton farm, the bone meal, the bone blocks, those two things outweigh everything else by far. With a lot of bone meal, you can set up crazy automatic farms and farm things really quickly. And bone blocks, they're a beautiful looking block. So if you're going for simple experience in a world, some sort of spawner farm in the overworld is a great call. If you have the option, try and go for a skeleton one, because the bone meal that you can get from this thing, if you're into farming, is massively useful in other farms. Hey, I recognize this world. Do you too? Anyways, farm number 3 involves villagers. This is the first of 2 villager-related farms in today's video. Villagers are both one of the most complex and most useful things in Minecraft. If you have a steady stream of villagers, you can take those villagers and make a gigantic trading hall. You could take those villagers to the nether and build some kind of custom village. Or maybe, just maybe, you could take those villagers and make an iron farm. Now, of course, you could just go around your world and take villagers from villages. That would technically work. Wouldn't be nice, but would technically work. But really, why do that when you could set up a villager breeder back over at your base with almost nothing? To build a villager breeder, essentially all you need are building blocks, 3 beds, a composter, farmable land, and really, for the most part, that's it. Of course, you can bring in some other supplies like sticky pistons to be able to turn the farm on and off, make it a little bit more fancy, but that's technically not necessary. A lot of people don't realize how easy villager breeders are to build. Once you have a good villager breeder set up in your world, you will never run out of villagers again. In fact, you'll probably end up with so many villagers in your world that you won't know what to do with them. Even an absolute beginner tier, tiny villager breeder can have crazy rates eventually, and again, you can take those villagers and use them for so many other different things. Villager breeder, it's simply a must-have. If you've never built one before, definitely build one and use those villagers for, again, a trading hall, or maybe even our next farm, the iron farm. An iron farm is an absolute must in any long-term survival world. Iron is crazy useful. With an infinite amount of iron, you will literally never have to go down to the caves for this stuff again. To make things even better, my iron farm design, I'll make sure I leave a card on screen right now to the tutorial, is so simple. I mean, look at this thing. It is tiny, but the rates of this thing are crazy. This iron farm pumps out a golem every couple seconds. You see the golem up there already falling off of this thing again, down into the area down below. Yeah, the rates are crazy on this thing, and it is really easy to build. In terms of materials, to build this iron farm, honestly, the most expensive thing that you're gonna need to get is seriously a name tag, and a name tag really isn't even that bad. In terms of other supplies, you'll need some water sources, some fences, building blocks, 3 villagers, a zombie, and if I didn't say yet, a couple beds and a bucket of lava. Really, that's not that bad at all. Honestly, feel a little bit embarrassed about this, but back when I played Minecraft, like before I made videos, for the longest time, I would not build an iron farm because I thought it was complex, and sure, the older iron farms were a little bit more complex, but even the old designs pre-villager update were actually not that bad at all. Once I did get around to building an iron farm though, it was over. Once you build an iron farm, it is literally a game changer. You'll need to build one in every single world that you are in. If you don't know how to build one, again, check out my iron farm tutorial or even the guide episode on the iron farm, which is honestly maybe even a little bit better, but it's longer, more rambly. An iron farm, though, is an absolute must for every single world that you play in. If you use a lot of iron, or if you think you'll use a lot of iron, or if you just want to have a lot of iron, an iron farm is absolutely the way to go. Is there a farm that you think I'm missing from this list? Maybe it begins with owl farm? Well, think again, because of course I could never forget it. A cow farm. Absolutely a must for every single world. This is our final farm in today's video. Of course, there are so many things that can be farmed in Minecraft, so all of them would never fit in this video, but this one had to. Absolutely. Whether you decide to go the simple pen route or the cow crusher route, a cow farm is 100% a must in every single world. Now, unfortunately, this beast of a machine, it doesn't work on bedrock edition. edition. That's a bummer, but it's really not the end of the world, because this farm, this simple pen right here, of course that works on bedrock edition. And check this out, this sword right here, a netherite sword with just looting 3 and fire aspect 2, nothing else, no sharpness, nothing like that. If we land crits on these cows, they will be taken out in one hit, which makes this thing so simple to use. Stand on the edge of this thing, jump, and land those critical hits, and then jump into the farm, and look at that, 18 steak and 13 leather. So it's easy to use, but that's not all. There is another added benefit of the cow pen farm. With this farm, you can fit really as many cows into this farm as you want. Now, obviously, that's not technically true. There is a limit, but if you make a big pen, you could put a bunch of cows into it. If you make a smaller pen, well, you can still cram a crazy amount of cows into it. And again, if you stand on the fences and land critical hits with a netherite sword with some fire aspect on it, the beef that you're going to get will be cooked automatically. Meanwhile, this farm over here, the downside, you have to cook the food automatically, but it is so easy to use. Check this out. We have the cows in the middle. We grab the food. You've probably seen this done before. I use this, and so many other YouTubers use this thing because it's amazing. It's so simple. We feed the cows just like that, and then they start going away due to entity cramming. We check the chest down below, and boom, we have some raw beef, and we have some leather too. Now let's talk materials, because this cow crusher is so simple. You'll need a chest, a hopper, a fence, a staircase, 7 building blocks, and a bucket of water. If you want to make things even fancier, put a dispenser in there and a button as well. The dispenser can pick up and put down the water. Then finally, you'll need some cows and some wheat. Both of these cow farms are great in their own way. On one hand, the cow crusher takes up way less space and is really simple to use. But on the other hand, this cow pen, if paired with fire aspect and looting 3, is honestly higher yield and the food is cooked for you. Either way though, no matter what, every single world should have a cow farm, whether it's a cow crusher or a cow pen. Steak is basically the best food in the game, and leather is crazy useful for things like item frames and bookshelves. But what do you think? Must-have farms 2020, must-have farms 1.16. What's a farm that I didn't mention in this video that you need to have in every single world? Let me know about that down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, I highly recommend pressing that subscribe button right now. I make more videos just like this one, and I post other cool things too every single day. Today, big shout out to my patrons, Archangel and Crown Crazy May. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, it's been me, your boy, Farmos. Goodbye.